Oh, sorry guys, I was speaking in mute. Someone should have told me, right? Okay, so let's begin with this. So once again, I know, thank you so much for joining this today, and good evening, everyone. So this is quick introduction about myself. My name is Neil, and overall 13 plus experience in in IT experience, and managing teams experience in Windows Server Active Directory. And basically, I started career in hardware networking and server support, and worked on Active Directory architecture. Currently working with senior cloud security consultant. Right, I'm part of the team, and I have certified couple of Microsoft certifications, certified in MCSC and Windows Server 2012 AZ104 Associate Cloud Administrator, and which is relevant for the identity access management SC300. These are the certification I have done it. And today's agenda is we need to talk about what is PowerShell, why we need it, and is the most important technology currently which is needed, very much essential technology we have to learn. There is no other options. There's a mandatory to have a skill who are working on Windows Server administrator or any other administrator who are more experienced, who are the senior positions in the technologies who working already. And in organizations, most of the organizations asking for that is in how value added services you are providing, what is your productivity, how things to be reduce the manual work, reduce the repeated work. And this PowerShell make us to more confident, and I'm sure this will be giving a more weightage after completion of this training, and it's very much needed. And this would be a turning point. It's a recommendation to know that is in everyone PowerShell, because we need to do the many things to automate. We are not sit here to work on repeated work and manual work, and every organization is asking for you have to reduce the manual work, you have to reduce the repeated work. And if someone asking to the suddenly I need for that is reporting part, so we cannot go and read the information and manually to give that is in report. This PowerShell make you to more confident once you complete this training, and I am giving you guarantee after 4 classes you would be able to write a script, and you feel that is in proud after completion of this training. I'll make you too easy to understand. There is no recommended needed prerequisite to having a some people have a mindset this is a basically PowerShell is a code writing, we need a developing the programming, we need a developing the code. No, you don't need anything. It is a very simple lemon language. I can make you to understand with the lemon explanation. And you need to understand some logic, some formula of this PowerShell, some terminology you need to understand. I'll make you to very easy to understand, right? That you need to catch it. That's all. So once you know that is in concept, you can able to handle anything on this PowerShell. Any requirement come to you, you will be more confident, can fulfill to write the script. Any requirement script is already available in the Google, in the online, right? You need to pick that script. You just need to know that where to modify it, how do I modify that, and based on my requirement you need to fulfill the requirement. So this is the best practice. Who knows the PowerShell, that would be good. If you don't know the PowerShell, you are picking the script from the Google, it is a very risky, right? We don't know that what kind of command it is doing, then we are executing the taking from the Google without knowing anything. It is a highly impacted, right? It's a more critical without knowing you are executing the script in the environment, production environment. So recommendation is you need to understand the in and out, basic to advanced level PowerShell script, how it works. I'll explain you very easy method, right? Then you would need to get that is an interest on this, and when any requirement come to you would be able to handle it. That guarantee I can give you, and making sure that is in you are able to understand that concept. Now, how do we start that? Where we need to use a PowerShell, and Windows PowerShell command, how do you start it, and how do you start the PowerShell script? Basically, we will talk about first 4 class very basic level to understand the concept of what are things we need to know that, and then we'll try to frame it, try to make it the script, right? So we'll also talk about some comparison with other automations tool which is we have in market. Python is there, Ansible is there, PowerShell is there, right? So what is that benefit we are having PowerShell comparison with Ansible and Python? Yes, there are automation tools are there which is comparatively PowerShell, right? So obviously whatever technology we are working, we should have that is one of the technology for automation. So that make us to more confident, that make us to more to survive in IT. And also you can expect it the more package because this skill is giving a more money. I'm into the same journey. Okay, and after completion or after having the skill, it is my life career is turning point, it was happened, right? That is a confident, and I taught many students now from last 5 years in this PowerShell technologies, and maximum who are completed the training from our end, they were very happy and they are keep giving a feedback saying that is in I'm very much confident and it is I'm in a very good position. And also the package, in terms of package, also good. So now your turn, please understand the concept carefully and clearly, and attend the regular classes. Do not miss it any classes because it's interdependent for the previous class to current classes, right? Let's begin with this. Basically, what is a PowerShell? It's a command line scripting language, right? And it is designed for the system administrator in a Windows environment, and provides a command line interface where users can execute the commands, perform administrative task and automated task using script. Microsoft has developed this technology for administrator. Whatever you are working on a database, you are working on cloud administrator, you are working on SCCM administrator, working on Office 65 administrator, Intune administrator. No matter what administrators you are working, you must need for the PowerShell for automation. Reduce the manual work, reduce the repetitive works, right? So you should understand that is in how I need to start the PowerShell. Today's who are joined, you are new to the PowerShell, I make sure you should understand that is in very the simple lemon language, and you need to understand that concept of the PowerShell, how do you start the journey, right? So basically, when you talk about the PowerShell automation, it allows the automations of repetitive tasks. Yes, we need to reduce that is in repetitive task, making it easier to manage and maintain system. Scripts can be created to perform the task, which is you can schedule the task. You can tell to the PowerShell what needs to be done when it is happened. Right? Take example, if that is in disk space is every the server is a critical server. Disk space is filling up frequently. We need to know that we can create a script such a way that if the drive is reaching the threshold of this much of percentage, my script has to run and clean up automatically. It is not required any manual intervention, right? Because of this implemented, you can reduce the task ticket, and you can also reduce the impacting. What's happening if the drive is full, and because of drive your server performance is not working well, and as well as any uh, background on the server, any applications backup is running, everything is stopped, and it is obviously is going to impact it. To avoid that, one single script making more effective and more benefit, server will be always up and running. Any other on the server is implemented or any applications or backup is always up and running, it will not be goes down. So this is one example, right? Many things you can manage for the file and management, user management, reporting, saving the time and reducing the human error. So basically, to understand that, when you talk about the PowerShell first time, right? We have the four consoles, right? We have four console. Let me just bring into the console here. Basically, you need to know this PowerShell. I'm going to for the notes here. Okay, today is date for this 29/06/2025. The first most important here, PowerShell we call as a commandlet. The terminology we call as a commandlet. So everyone know that we are already working with the CLI, command line interface, right? Which is command bits. So we know that many of the commands, we are working on the commands by, when you type the command here, CMD, you would be able to open this, and we have some IP config, some command we can type that ncpa.cpl, right? DNS mgmt dot. These are all commands are there, right? These commands in the using command and interface, same things in PowerShell we call as a commandlet, right? We have by default all the operating system, PowerShell console already installed. Okay, this is the first basic things we need to understand. Installed along with the operating system, it has it. And we have four type of console. Number one is for PowerShell console is a direct console. This is 64-bit. Second one is PowerShell ISC console, which is integrated script extension, 64-bit. And the same things we have a third and fourth. Still Microsoft kept into this 32-bit, which is called x86, which is called x86. x86 indicate for the 32-bit direct console, and ISC we have that is in 32-bit, again x86 32-bit, right? Why? Because they put into this still Microsoft 32-bit. Microsoft, this PowerShell introduced